Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Onaje Smartt from Smart Love, and today we're going to be answering some questions that some of my friends and some of you have posted on either Facebook, on my YouTube, or my Twitter. That's right, I went all out. I haven't asked for questions on Instagram quite yet, but I will going into this week. I'm trying to reach everybody on every platform. I'm trying to help as many people as I can because, as a couples therapist, I know I can't help everyone directly through my job, but I may be able to help some of you out with some of your questions individually. So you can't get a full session out of me, but maybe you could get like 10 minutes. So let's get started. All right, so for today, we're going to be answering some questions from some of my friends on Facebook about relationships. And I'm going to keep it anonymous for now. And those of you who are my Facebook friends and are watching and would like to put your stuff out there, and if you have like no shame in your game, like, yeah, I got questions, so what? If that's you, let me know next time and I will actually shout you out and tell you thank you for your courage, your vulnerability, and your willingness to want to learn, because these days that's very important if you want to improve just about any aspect of your life. You gotta be willing to learn. Well, without further ado, let's get to some of these questions. Alright, let's see which ones I got pulled up. Ooh, so this one is from one of my friends on Facebook, and it's talking to men only. So this is for men, for the fellas, ladies. Y'all gonna have your chance. I promise. But for right now, he's asking the fellas. Me being someone who identifies as a man, a man himself. Let's get to this question. What do women do that annoys you the most? Now, I think I actually answered this question on Facebook, so I'll read my typed out answer and then I'll elaborate on it a little bit more for this full video. That way you get just a full understanding of what I'm talking about. All right, let's go to what I responded with. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do. Well, if you don't, you'll find out. Okay, so I said, I hear this all the time, which is true. I do hear this all the time, seeing as how I'm a couples therapist and my clients come in with some of these questions and maybe things that might annoy them about women. Expecting things without communication. That was my answer. That's probably the number one thing that is annoying for a lot of men and a lot of the clients that I have. So I'll read the whole post. Expecting things without communicating them and then projecting that lack of communication on her end as disconnection between the two of you. And then I quoted saying, this is a famous quote. I'm sure you heard this online or by some woman that you might know or know of a friend who might knows who says this. Some of these phrases, let me know. Just throw them out there. Let me know if you've heard any of these before. He needs to know how to handle me. He should know what I'm thinking. He should know what I want when he goes out. He should know to get me something every time he goes out. He should know. What's the key word in that? It's the should. There's an expectation put on the man without communicating it, mind you, that he should know what you want, as if he's a mind reader. And I think that is very frustrating for some of us fellas out there. To finish up the post, ironically, this very lack of communication is what stops a lot of couples from building a strong connection with each other. And I end it by stating no one's a mind reader. Facts. And expecting that just makes things harder on all parties involved. So honestly, this is a complaint that I've heard from a lot of men, but there are plenty of women on the other end of this that might feel the exact same way, because let's be honest, fellas, a lot of us have not been taught to communicate effectively when it comes to our feelings. So sometimes we might expect a woman to know how we feel about a certain issue or topic without us explaining those feelings. So there's also that. But to keep it on topic, being more on the side of the women who do this and expect these things and throw out the shoulds. It's not really effective, and it actually prevents you from developing a stronger connection with your man. I like to give an example. Let's say like you have a child and separate of your relationship. Let's just say you have a child. I don't know if you do or not. That child is not able to communicate their needs. So you have to adapt and change and look at patterns of behavior within that child to recognize what the child needs and desires. So a good example of this would be the child is crying. What does a baby crying mean? Usually, I'm hungry, I'm tired, I'm agitated, something's going on. There's something wrong or something going on. And there are different types of cries for different types of issues or things that might be going on for that child. But in that mode and in that example, you're really focused and zoomed in on trying to figure out and play detective when it comes to what your child, your baby is feeling, what's going on in their heads. And that's completely different. We're grown adults. So once we reach to a certain age, the expectation is no longer crying about the fact that you're hungry, right? It's communicating, using your words, using the language that you were taught when you were growing up, whether it was English or whatever else it might be, whatever your native language might be, to communicate those needs, those desires for you. Taking it a step forward, going from child to adolescent, you get more understanding of your emotions, et cetera, and your needs, to adulthood. If you're an adult, you have to be able to communicate your needs and desires. Expecting it to be met because of the connection that you have is childish. It's like you're reverting back to a childhood state where you're just like, well, you should just expect to know, or you should read my cues and everything else like that. Now, I'm not saying that reading cues is completely unimportant. There's a place for it. But direct, effective communication, there's almost no replacement for that. And if you're able to do those things within your relationship, I can almost guarantee you that you're going to level up in that relationship. You're going to be able to talk about more difficult things. You're going to be able to discuss what needs and desires might seem taboo to others. Check out the episode on WAP from It's So Real that me and my partner just did, Rocky, on the It's So Real podcast. Make sure you check that out. We discuss all the drama behind this whole WAP video from Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion. But anyways, being able to communicate some of those sexual or desired needs is a lot easier when you practice being able to communicate with your partner. So that's another bonus. And then being able to really just express the positive things, because sometimes if we're out of practice when it comes to communicating, period, we don't even know how to express gratitude or appreciation, love, the things that keep a relationship going. Instead, we're on this whole should, expecting this, expecting that, without communicating it. It just doesn't work like that, people. All right, well, that's pretty much it. I'm coming up on like 10 minutes in the video. I'm trying to keep them a little bit short so that you guys can digest the information while still being entertained by all my antics and my hand waving. Yeah, I talk with my hands. It's just a thing. But yes, that's the answer to the question for the fellas. What's one thing that a lot of women do that annoys you the most? That's probably it right there. And I hope the breakdown of it gave you more information about how you might want to move and navigate your relationship going forward if you want to improve it and level it up, like I was saying. If you have any other questions, please give me them. I'm trying to do this every day of the week. You feel me? So reach out to me either on Facebook, Smartt Love, IG, same thing, Smartt Love, Twitter, Smartt Love. You guessed it, YouTube, Smartt Love. Look it up. 2 T's on the end of that Smartt Love. And I'll see y'all on the next one. I love doing this. I love talking about relationships. So let's keep this moving. That's pretty much it. Peace and love. Smartt Love. I'll see you on the next one.